Rising from the ashes of Nokia's cancelled MeeGo operating system, Jolla is a smartphone maker from Finland that hopes it can offer consumers an alternative to iOS, Android and Windows Phone. Jolla's first smartphone, running its own selfish operating system, recently went on sale in Finland, and it's due in the UK at the start of next year. I met up with the company's co-founder and head of software, Marc Dillon, to talk about Jolla and its plans for entering the UK market.
Jolla came out of passion to make an open platform for mobile and to create a platform that could actually be used for innovation, both for hardware and software. We had a Nokia background, and like for example, I've been in wireless for 22 years now, and 11 of it was at Nokia making products. And when we saw the Nokia strategy change in 2011, we realized that never before had an asset the size of MeeGo been invested in by two large companies, Nokia and Intel, and then been basically abandoned. So we realized that we have the people who have been creating products their whole life. We have this huge asset called MeeGo, which is an operating system, and we know how to build products. So we formed beginning of 2012 in order to create a company to build products, and we've just released our first mobile device, so the Jolla phone.
And what would you say was the defining feature of the phone then? What makes it stand out from the crowd? So it's a busy marketplace.
It is. It's the multitasking, actually. So the ability to see your whole digital life in front of you and basically everything that's open at the same time. So with other companies talking about multitasking, it's still kind of like a tunnel vision. You can only really see what's in one context at a time. So with our device on the home screen, you can actually see even more than your average desktop computer. The design
of the phone, you have what you call the other half.
Yes, we do.
Which is a back cover that comes off and it can be changed.
Yeah, that's right. So the simplest example is color. So if you're a fashionista or you're into style, you could have a different kinds of color that then when you put it on, it actually changes what's inside the phone. That was the first idea. Then we realized that with that we could actually install software. So if there's a brand house or a media company that has a lot of fans, and the fan wants to show on the outside that I'm a fan of this particular media or band or movie or what have you, then there's a chip inside that actually when you put those two together, that it can install movies, other kinds of content, songs, links to the browser, software, games, this kind of thing. Then that chip could also be used for security. So it lets the content provider know that someone has bought one thing. But you could also have your security token for work. So you put one of these on when you go to work, and there's your VPN and your email and all of that kind of stuff. Maybe it even turns off your Facebook and your Twitter. But then when you take that off and you leave it on your desk for the weekend, you know that you're not going to be hassled with work. And if you lose your phone, that there's no security connection.
Okay. And so where does the Jolla phone fit in the market then? Who are your direct competitors?
I believe that we're giving a high-end experience for, without having to have a high-end price. We didn't really want to target a specific demographic. We wanted to make something that is easy to learn, but you're still going to have some exploratory time where you still find interesting new ways and tricks of using the device. But it's something that should work for everyone, but still provide enough power and enough fun that you're still learning things and you're still doing things even more.
And so what are your plans for the UK and Europe? With launching the phone?
We are rolling out, we're fulfilling our pre-orders first because we had a huge amount of demand as soon as we started to open. And then we're opening the open channel, as well as we have some operator partners who are basically waiting for us to get our first phone out, get the first operator, which was DNA in Finland, out, and then we also have some global operators who are in the pipeline.
And have you partnered with networks here, or are you looking to?
We are talking to some global operators, yes.
And so when can we buy the phone in the UK, if we haven't pre-ordered?
We will be reopening the open channel in the first part of next year.
What will the retail price be in the UK?
We're at €399 for Europe, so
about the same.
About the same exchange rate to pounds.
Okay, and you're moving to the US as well?
We don't have any plans for North America at the moment.
Okay, so what does the brand represent? What is Jolla? What is the company?
People building value. It's like we took the absolute best mobile professionals in the world and we created an open platform for innovation, because the situation you have at the moment is people can only buy what's offered to them, and they basically only have two choices. There's lots of different manufacturers that are using Android, but there's only really one way to use the phone. So it's very difficult to innovate and create something new. So we're creating a platform where we're just starting a journey together. When someone buys a Jolla phone, there's additional software updates that are going to be coming all the time with new features, not just bug fixes, but lots of new features so that you continue to add value. These accessories from the other half are going to continue to add value. And we're actually beginning something where this open mobile platform will allow new kinds of innovation that you just basically can't get from the other guys at the moment.
So you're entering the market with your own Sailfish operating system.
That's right.
But it runs Android apps as well. Presumably that was crucial.
Yes, it is. So the barrier of entry for a new mobile operating system for many people is there's a few applications that they really depend on, and that if they can't have access to those applications, then they're not going to be interested in the phone or the operating system. So Sailfish was designed at the very beginning to enable running Android applications. And it's not an emulator. They run just like they would on an Android device, with the exception of the home button, because you don't need a home button. We don't have buttons in our UI. But basically, you can go to various different application stores, download applications, and they just execute on our device with the same kind of performance and the same kind of things that you would expect.
Does that make Sailfish more appealing than Windows Phone or BlackBerry or any other OS? Because they've struggled, or Windows Phone in particular has struggled because it doesn't have enough applications available. Does that put you ahead?
I believe it does, and this is about the openness as well. You shouldn't have to pick your phone just because there's a few applications that you really want to have on it. So we also run the HTML5 applications like the Mozilla guys, and we also have Sailfish native applications which are coming up to speed quickly. But yeah, there was a huge barrier for those other players in getting this application ecosystem up, but we were able to support that.
Okay. And if we look maybe 12 months ahead, what would you count as a success for Jolla? Do you want to be seen as the number 3 behind iOS and Android? Do you want to be classed in the same top 5, or are you something else?
We want to be a great company. We don't need to be a large company in order to do that. But there are no real small players in this industry, so there is a certain amount of growth that is expected. I believe that they're going to be looking at the things we're doing. They're probably going to be trying to copy the things that we're doing. And what we're going to be doing is we continue to move forward. So we were able to do this, and we did exactly what we promised we were going to do. We delivered the phone when we said we were going to. And we're going to continue to add value and continue to add innovation. So I see some growth within the company, and certainly a great deal of growth with our sales. Okay.
And what would your message be to critics who say, yeah, a few people will buy this, but you're going to struggle to keep that momentum going?
I would say them to watch out.
Yeah.
So the thing is that we were able to do what many said that we were not able to. We did exactly what we said. We worked really hard, and we were able to do it.
All right. I think that's everything. So thank you very much for your time today.
Yeah. Thank you.